while I was in this assignment, please take your seat so that those at the back can see. And God told me, he said, I want to show you who you will marry. He said, so that in the course of going about, you don't get confused as to who is it. Because you may come to a point and say, could this be the one? Could that be the one? He said, I just want to clear you. Isn't that wonderful? I heard that in the course of service. And so that you can be married to somebody who will not frustrate your life and frustrate your ministry and frustrate your destiny. Because you may be willing and madam is not willing. You want to go for God and she wants to go for the world. Within 7 days, he says, I set myself apart. Within 7 days, clear identity of who it was. I said, really? I know the sister. I have been praying for her all this while, trusting God for her to give her a good husband. He said, you are a good husband. That was the truth. I mean, it wasn't in my mind at all, but that direction came in the course of service.
I was in the same university with my husband, in the same medical school for how many years? How many years was this? I was in my fourth year or fifth year? Fourth year. I was in my fourth year. And I had never seen him. My husband, that's Brother Paul then. I didn't know him. I don't know if I've ever come across him in another part of the campus or something. We were both in medical school in different classes, but I didn't recognize him. And I went for a fellowship in one of the long vacations where it's only medical students that are left in school because we don't have holidays. And he was the one that was preaching that day. And I sat there and I was listening to the preaching, and I'm like, who is this guest minister? Where did he come from? I'd never seen him. Of course he knew me because I was the professor's daughter. my father taught all of us in physiology in medical school, and so they knew the professor's daughter, but I didn't know him. And then, he had made this call, if you want to walk deeper relationship with God, blah blah blah, and those kind of things. And I wanted more fire, so I had come out with other people, and he prayed for all of us. And then after that meeting that day, he said, sister, have you ever prayed in tongues for 1 hour at a stretch? I said, can anybody pray in tongues for 1 hour at a stretch? He said, yes, definitely. So this is your assignment, you go do that. And one thing led to another, and then, cut a long story short, here we are married today.
Singles never manage to marry. Let me say it again. Never manage. That is, let me just marry him. Even though it's not a perfect picture of the man I'm looking for. But instead of waiting endlessly, one day I asked my wife, not too long ago, I said, when we're in courtship, was there anything you saw that gave you concern in terms of, am I sure I should marry this man? And her answer is a capital no.